Before the video starts, just know that while you're listening to me talk to my phone while there's an image of a TF2 character on screen, I'm actually just reading my thoughts off a laptop in front of me because I'm a dingus and cannot remember what I want to say most of the time. That being said, enjoy this video where I talk about what I think of the Team Fortress 2 classes. Thanks to this guy, I can never see sandwiches the same way again since I always imagine the sound for when he eats a sandwich. Where everyone sees Heavy as fat, I see muscle, considering he stopped an entire train of explosives with his bare hands, and wrestled a bear to death twice his size with only his bare hands. Where everyone sees him as a silly but war enthusiastic, I see him as serious and intelligent. Then again, that's mostly how he is in the comics. If Heavy really is fat, then I guess it pays off for having more health than all the other classes, which basically makes him priority when playing as Medic, which will be the class I main in the game. I can't tell if he named his minigun or if it was named for him, but he really loves his minigun Sasha, and honestly I won't judge him for it, as long as he doesn't take that thing on a date. Pretty sure Heavy was the first TF2 class I met when I started looking at Team Fortress 2 related things. Either way, he's a likable guy, and definitely a formidable enemy. Unless, of course, you're a professional backstabber or headshotter. If I say nobody likes the Scout, then every Scout main is probably going to grab their pitchfork. And I can understand Scout being annoying with him constantly stealing medkits and whatnot. My only respect for Scout is his relationship with Miss Pauling. I was even told Scout's speed is for running away, and that honestly makes sense considering he is the Scout, a man who is meant to check up ahead and then run away. But I see him as most useful for intelligence capture, but at least it's fair that you can't drink bonk and have the intelligence. In the comics, I don't know if his trip to heaven was real or the claim that he is God's gift to women, and if that was the case, why would he reject other girls just because he's into Miss Pauling? Hard to say Scout's a nice guy either when his domination lines exist. Yeah, why do I always do that? For the guy who's supposed to be polite, I must sarcastically agree it is polite to throw jars of pee at people and insult their corpse upon domination. Just like Spy said in the Team Fortress 2 comics, he's a credit to the institution of people who shoot from far away. I must say, it is interesting how he is from New Zealand but was raised by Australians. Sniping is really annoying whether or not it's Team Fortress 2, but I can understand sniping being useful for some players. I will admit I like how he has a bow, and I did like his touching story, and I must say he was very interesting in the comics and the Meet the Sniper video, but still, snipers are annoying. Soldier is a lunatic. Sure, he's very loyal to America, but he definitely is insane about loving war. I heard that he was kicked out of the military and bought himself a ticket to Germany and went on a Nazi killing spree. In the comics, he basically fights without wearing clothes all the time, which is both questionable and disturbing. What's funny is how he won't take anything from Russians. He won't read anything involving the letter S because he assumes it means Soviet. He won't accept Russian jackets. He practically calls every Russian a communist, but when Heavy's Russian sister asks him to have saxophone, he just says, okay, and they fall in love. And he makes a necklace of human ears. I don't know how he ended up becoming roommates with a 6,000-year-old wizard, but it's pretty interesting. Still though, Soldier's insane, but tribute to Rick May, the voice actor for Soldier. Stay frosty. Can't believe this guy's 10-year of alcoholism actually paid off in the comics, but I'm also surprised Demoman is able to fight after drinking so much in the actual game. Demoman is pretty tough with his explosives, and his sword is interesting too, but if someone wants Demoman dead, it's not that hard. I'll say this much. Demoman is a bad Demoman if he doesn't show up. Practically every class calls him the Black Scottish Cyclops when dominating him, which makes me feel kind of sorry for him, but at least no one says the N-word to him. I find it interesting how opening a curse book not only gave him explosives knowledge, and resulted in his eye becoming cursed and becoming a giant boss, and also resulting in him getting his eye patch, leaving him with his other eye, which causes everyone else to call him a Cyclops. But I'll say this much, if there isn't a Pyro or Heavy for me to heal when I play as medic, Demoman is my next priority. Unless there is a spy, soldier, or Demoman around, I'd have to argue the engineer is the biggest threat on the battlefield with his sentries. And it's clear everyone loves the desktop engineer dance. I'd also have to argue the engineer's the nicest of everyone, mostly because of his domination lines and how his machines are built to help his team. It's always useful to have a teleporter on the map, or a dispenser for ammo and health. Then again, those dispensers make medics like me seem like a joke. Once again, the engineer's dispensers are pretty dead. The engineer's sentries are pretty deadly, even though they seem like a joke in the Meet the Team videos. But either way, an engineer's an engineer, and he solves problems. The spy is either the man everyone absolutely loves or absolutely hates, and that's understandable given he's a jerk both in and out of battle. In battle, he can disguise as his enemies, go invisible, fake death, and do insta-kills with his backstabs and headshots. It's also implied that Spy is Scout's father, and he is a savage to him when dominating. Your deadly skill is jogging? Mine is murdering. You might call me stupid for this, but I'd rather heal a Spy over a Scout. While Spy is an absolute jerk, he has some interesting lines. Maybe someday we'll see what's under that mask of his. When I first watched Meet the Pyro, I was a little freaked out by the fact that he sees the world as a rainbow babyland, while in reality, he's an absolute nightmare, and he doesn't know it. It's about as scary as it is hilarious, and the people who made the song, Do You Believe in Magic, are likely wondering why everyone is talking about a man in a hazmat suit with a flamethrower going around feeding candy to babies, while actually massacring villages and incinerating everyone. The Pyro is likely the second class I would main, and the fact that he can reflect projectiles from the soldier and Demoman is heavily useful. I think we can all agree we love the Pyro the way he is. So, let's not take off that mask of his and show him what the world really is. The class I will main. I can agree on Medic's idea of healing teammates just to watch violence come out of them so I don't have to be relied on for fighting. But Medic is absolutely insane. He sold his soul to the devil, but surgically added the eight souls of his teammates to himself and sold another for 50 years of life. Not only that, but his team allows him to play God with their bodies, in which he sews God knows what into them. In the Meet the Medic video, we saw he drilled a hole into Heavy and was telling jokes while Heavy was conscious with the hole in him, and Medic even exploded his heart and replaced it. Medic honestly looks like a ghostbuster, but his methods of healing are pretty interesting, like having a cannon that shoots a beam that simply removes pain, or shooting syringes that heal people. And Heavy once said he has yet to meet one that can outsmart Bullet when Medic literally invented Uber Charge, a charge that makes someone invincible for a short time. While basically everyone will be targeting me, I have heard one benefit about medics. Never melee a medic because the crit rate is insane. Once again, a medic is a lunatic, but he is my favorite class. Anyways, that's my take on the TF2 Mercenaries, so thanks for watching. See you in the next video.